Hi everyone, it's October 9th, 2025, and this is the weekly Backdrop Dev meeting. We get together every week to talk about development priorities for Backdrop CMS, primarily in the core repository. My name is Nate Lampton. I'm a core committer and technical lead for the Backdrop project, and I'm known as Quick Sketch inside of the Backdrop community. I'm calling in from Oakland, California. We've got a handful of folks here joining, and we'll do a quick round the room introductions of everybody that's here today. We'll start with Tim, and then we'll go to Martin.
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Tim Erickson, St. Paul Tim, uh, in a lot of places, and I'm in Deerwood, Minnesota.
Thanks, Tim.
Beautiful fall day. That's it.
Martin, and then Justin Kaiser.
Hi, I'm Martin Price, Yorkshire Pudding around Backdrop, and I'm a Backdrop developer in Northeast England.
Thanks, Martin. Justin Kaiser.
Hello, I'm Justin Kaiser. I am Kaiser JB on the internet, and I am in southeastern Ohio today.
Oh, nice, Justin. And Justin Christofferson.
Justin Christopherson in Denver, Colorado, and to help out with infrastructure.
All right. Welcome, everybody. All right, so let's see. Oh, before we get into things, we always like to do contrib updates. There was one new contrib module that Justin Kaiser made, Search API AI. AI, yeah, Search API AI. Do you want to give a quick intro as to what that module does, Justin?
So you did the official release since
I
yesterday.
did.
Oh,
I
nice.
did it today, a few hours ago.
Okay. We were looking at this together yesterday in office hours.
So I also cut a new release of the OpenAI module today, which this Search API AI relies on, because it brings AI search vector databases to Backdrop. It works with Pinecone and Milvus backends to index your content, and then it has a neat little chatbot that answers questions on your content. And yeah.
That's great. Thanks, Justin. Also, the other module that was updated this week, but not a new release that I thought was fun and timely, you also maintain. The Halloween lights module got an update just in time for Halloween.
Yeah. I released a new version of that one too, and its Drupal counterpart. So
Wonderful. And I'm imagining that makes little orange lights around your window or something.
it puts a string of jack-o'-lantern lights at the top of your site.
Oh, wonderful.
I think another contrib worthy of an honourable mention is Robert Garrigos has released a beta of Basic Cart, which has potential to be a much simpler e-commerce solution for people, and it includes a Stripe submodule. So I haven't had a test yet, but it looks like he's done quite a bit on it recently, and it has promised to expand the range of things we offer for people looking for e-commerce. So I felt it was worth a mention.
Yeah, and that's a new branch, a 2.0 branch. It looks like the original one hasn't been updated in almost a decade, which is hard to believe that it's been around that long. But yeah, that's great. So new 2.0 beta 4 released as of yesterday. Great. Let's see. So it was kind of a busy week. We had new releases, and there's some confusion about it because they're two very, very similar sounding releases. We released Backdrop 1.31.2 and Backdrop 132.1. And so 132 is the current minor release. And so if you download the latest version of Backdrop, this is going to be the latest version. There was an exceptionally strange release in that normally we don't make releases for previous minor versions unless there's a security release. This was not a security release, but we made another release for this previous version because in the 131.1 release, we accidentally made not one, but three regressions in that version. And so that's enough issues that we didn't want to leave the 131 release for people that don't immediately upgrade to the latest minor versions. We didn't want to leave the 131 branch in a broken state. So it only got these three fixes, which are all three regressions, versus the 132.1 release, which included the three regressions, but then also fixed a number of other small issues and included a couple of UX improvements, adding help text, this admin bar, better support on mobile devices, and these two nice little issues that we replaced the table sort icons with SVGs, both in the basis theme, the default output of table sorts, and in 7. So
Okay.
nice little add-on there.
Nate, I trust y'all, and this may be not an important question, but I'm a bit confused. How did a regression in 1.32 require an update to 1.31? I would think that 1.3.1 would have still been fine because it was unaffected by the changes in 1.32.
Yeah, so when we made the it was September 1st, I believe, if we look at our releases.
No.
Or sorry, so 132.0, 132. Here it
Oh,
is. So this was, yeah, September 3rd. So a little more
that's
than a
what
month
caused
ago.
that's
Yeah.
what caused the regression.
Yeah, this release, which was pretty
Okay.
big, caused the regression in the 131 branch.
Okay, they weren't it was, okay. I thought we were fixing problems that weren't introduced till 1.32.
No, it turns
No,
out
okay.
that they were mostly introduced here in the September 3rd release. And that's why we wanted to get another release out. So it had, I mean, those
Makes
regressions,
sense.
they didn't affect all sites, but yeah, we had basically some broken issues for like a month-long period there.
So just for the record, for anecdotal evidence, 2 of my sites were broke, client sites were broke by the global redirect bug.
Sorry.
One of them I just got notice of an hour ago. I just got an email right before this meeting from a client who says, my multilingual site is getting too many redirects. What's going on?
Yeah,
I think I know the problem.
Yep. So that's this one. Yeah, global redirect combined with multilingual prefixes caused some issues. It's one of those things where it didn't cause any issues in core, it caused issues in conjunction with the contrib module. Okay. Can you guys hear the car alarm going off?
No.
No. Okay, great. Okay. So yeah, we don't have many other updates for today. We just wanted to point out that the new bug fix releases came out. There's this topic that is as of yet unresolved that we talked about last week. We're trying to get it so that our code linter in the core repository starts working again. The upstream action broke concurrent with another version of PHP-CS coming out, so there's two separate issues here. But this pull request that IndigoZilla has filed solves both of them, fixes our linter on core, and also makes it so we start using the new version of PHP-CS, and does per line linting in a better way that our old action never did. So far, Herbdol came in here just day before yesterday and said, let's just go ahead and merge this. I still have the ambition that it would be nice if we could make this into a GitHub action. I can post a comment here, but I don't want to derail it any further. I think that we can probably move forward with this, even if we only have it for a little period of time. Because I think that making this a dedicated action might be beneficial. A thing that occurred to me that I will post a comment on is that we already have the idea behind this repository is that we make a GitHub action for this was PHP-CS, and the URL here is just GHA, but the intention here is that we could put multiple actions in here, and I think that from a GitHub typical standard, there's usually only one action per repository. And if you want multiple actions, like one for PHPCS and one for CSpell, then those should be separate repositories, probably. So this is great because it has the, the action kind of set up in it, so we can use it as a template, but we may need to rename this if we were going to use it in the future. We're not using it at all. This is like prototype at this point, but yeah, probably split that up into being just a PHPCS action. But then it also occurred to me that the coding standards repository is right now a standalone thing where it just has the code sniffs in this repository and nothing else. Got the README, and then it's got the PHPCS rules. And IndigoZella probably won't be a fan of this as one of the maintainers of this repository. But another option is that this repository itself might just also contain the action. So instead of having to clone one repository that contains the rules and another repository that contains the action, maybe the repository that has the rules could also be the action. And that would just reduce the amount of moving parts that we have when it comes to executing our coding standards, that the repository and the action would just be all together in one location.
I think one thing, and I'm fairly sure IndigoZella's raised this point, that actually what's done in the pull request is probably that approach is possibly only needed for core, where we have a lot of things that don't meet the coding standards, and we only want to check on the things that have changed. Whereas when we do it on Contrib, generally we get it to a state where it meets the standard first, then introduce the action so that any pull requests don't break it. So you don't need to do that line by line.
The changed lines only work. Yeah. So this does this work of finding the changed lines and then only reports the, like it does. My understanding of this is that it actually does lint the entire file, but then it removes the linted output to only include the lines that have changed. So it like filters down the list of issues, like in this little check here. And so, yeah, I get what you're saying, that this is for Contrib and potentially for other projects an unnecessary level of capability versus core, where it's like we just have thousands of files that aren't that have linting issues. Yeah, it's not, even then, it's not like a tremendous amount of stuff going on here. And this particular class here that has been added, this is one of the things that kind of makes me feel like putting it in the same repository might make some sense, because this is the same namespace. It's specifically for PHPCS. It's extending one of the classes that's in it. And that's also what all of this, these sniffs do as well, is that they're all using, oh wait, I'm sorry if I'm making, no, here we go. Yeah, they're all using PHP code sniffer classes and extending them as well. So it seems like, it's all kind of related potentially. But also, yeah, I'll reiterate that I think that for now, like, we can move forward with this just to get our code linting in place. I understand that if we want to do this, it won't be IndigoZella that will volunteer to work, because she just wants core to be able to have it, and I kind of want core to be able to leverage something without having this this code in it, which means that like if I put this forward, I'll need to accept that I'll probably need to help maintain this repository rather than just in core. So yeah. Anyway, I do want to express my appreciation that this is not the easiest thing to figure out, and this custom code that has been put forward to make it so that we can do the per line filtering and report is something that we have not been able to find this ability inside of
Yeah.
any existing linter or GitHub action that's out there. So I really appreciate that this has been created for our purposes. Okay.
It's a very clever solution.
Yeah, and one that other linters have said is not possible. They're like, no, that's too hard, or is yeah, because there's other projects like I was looking at like SuperLinter that lints every language, that people use, Ruby, Rust, JavaScript, PHP, everything. And the maintainers over there said, they didn't say it's not possible, but they said it's only possible for some linters, and it would require a per linter implementation to fix it, which is what IndigoZilla did. Is she made a PHP-CS specific linter script that works for the language that we care about, and so yeah, taking the impossible or too hard. And it's only impossible or too hard if you abstract it.
Mm.
It's like if you just go for the goal here, which is PHP CS linting, then it is possible. So, all right. Anything else for today? I know we started late, but it might just be a short meeting. Does anyone have anything they'd like to discuss? I'm not prepared to talk about it, but I do know that there's been a lot of buzzing about CKEditor continuing to have new versions constantly. And also in Zulip, I saw that they've now announced a LTS version where they provide, I think, 6 months of support for some versions of CKEditor to make it so that you're not always chasing the changing APIs like on a monthly basis like we are right now. So far inconclusive, like it doesn't seem like that would actually be useful to us. But I do like that maybe in some way the community murmurs of CKEditor moves too fast and breaks too often might be getting through just by the existence of such a program. But it really bothers me that this LTS program is pay to play, that you can only get LTS support if you pay them money to get it. Or I'm not quite sure how the license works on that. Or if they just hide the releases, it gives me the ick. Yeah, anything else?
Well, Backdrop Live is a month away.
Oh. And is the event site set up for that?
Yeah. I don't
Sort
think
of.
anybody's registered. We actually opened registration 2 weeks ago. We didn't tell anybody. And nobody has registered. But we should start to promote that now. And the schedule is open. People can start adding things to the schedule. So, and the quicker we get some things on the schedule, the better. Yep, there you go. Thanks, Nate.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
events.backdropcms.org.
just over a month away, or just under a month away. Actually, it would be probably 4 weeks from today.
4 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 weeks from today. So
Perfect.
we have, I think, one topic on the schedule so far, and that is password modules, which we're also going to talk about at the user group meeting in 15 minutes.
Wonderful. Okay, well, great. Well, if there's no other topics, and I know that there's always a lot happening in the issue queue, and so if people do want topics, discussed, please post to the forum, forum.backdropcms.org, for suggesting topics that we can discuss during these meetings, and I'll try to take a look beforehand. But if nothing else, let's go ahead and call it a meeting for today.
Sure.
Thank you everybody for being here, and yeah, stay tuned for the user